Howdy YouTube, it's Hank here. Just going over the Herxheimer reaction, or better known as a Herx. It's a die-off of microorganisms that release toxins into your body, and I guess they have a high acidity. I'll get to that in a minute. But a couple dermatologists from Germany were experimenting on syphilis patients and discovered what the Herxheimer reaction was, just as I discovered. And if you're looking at this and you have Lyme and you're embarking upon treatment or looking for answers, what the hell is wrong with you while you're in treatment, likely it's Herx reaction. My worst ones that I had to look up and I was very frantic and worried and concerned about was in my prostate. Very uncomfortable, very undescribable, very unexplainable. Some good articles here about that area. Atrophy and reverse atrophy with antibiotics. It's also a good article. Very enlightening. A lot of pressure in the cranium. I was very unstable while I was herxing. I'm glad that I have a wife that's wonderful and could take care of me during that time, because she was sick as well. And it seemed like I was a bit worse. Still dealing with it. Both of us are still dealing with it, and getting better every day. Psychological herxes, as I was mentioning, the brain herx. If you are having psychological issues, or there's underlying psychological issues, and Lyme is exacerbated, you better bet that your emotions and your brain chemistry are going to be greatly altered by this. And not only are you going to have an exacerbation of symptoms and symptoms that go away and symptoms that you had long ago that came back that you didn't know or didn't think that could have, all sorts of stuff. And you're going to be doubtful of whether you're sick or not. I don't even want to get into suicide yet. That's a whole other article all in itself. Just talking about herxes here. In my jaw, in my teeth. I woke up, felt like an explosion in my teeth. Tremors. I woke up to just tremors and seizure-like clenching and just the strangest things. All in these very strange cycles that you begin to become very familiar with. In the beginning, they're so intense that it doesn't feel like a cycle. It's just shit all the time. But eventually you get a little window, and you're like, what? You're like, I can see through what's going on here. I can see normality. I feel like, what is that? And then before you know it, you're herxing again. And it's horrible. And after you're done with the twitching, and the herxing is the die-off, those are them dying, is all that twitching. When you actually, they die and they decompose, you become very toxic, morbid hangover. So there was a couple of things that I found that were very helpful, and Alka-Seltzer was one, aspirin and baking soda if you want. Pretty helpful. Pain relief, aspirin, and it neutralizes the acid. And then when you've taken too much of that, you gotta put a little acid in. So lemons are helpful. You need vitamin C. You're going to be deficient. You're detoxing. It's helpful to detox. It's good for your mood. I've read articles about it being an antidepressant to just smell a lemon, cut one open and smell it. Vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and coconut vinegar, and anything with a mother on the bottom. You know, is a good acid to put in your body and help clean you out, help you detox, because you really need to get this stuff out of you. And Epsom salt, pulling out of your pores. You're going to have oily skin, and you're going to feel it, and it's going to feel sticky, and you're going to know after a die-off what I'm talking about. You're going to want to shower, and you're going to want to detox, you're going to clean your skin off, you're going to want to get that off. I've only had a couple of times where it was so bad that I had to tap out, and I took Benadryl because it was just so agonizing. It's like a merry-go-round, and it's torture. And the Benadryl will give you relief temporarily. It pauses the immune system with antihistamines and allows you to be comfortable. So very, very interesting things that I learned on my way. And I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff, but I was just trying to cover the Herxheimer reaction. I hope this was helpful, and if you have anything to add, please post in the comments. And thank you for watching.